Hello everyone, my name is Shreya and I am a legal intern at Lexis and Company. I am pursuing BLLB honors from Law College Dehradun, Uttaranchal University, and I am currently in 7th semester. So I am very glad to be glad to be interning with Lexis and Company, who has given me this opportunity of presenting to you guys with this video. So the purpose and topic of this video will be speaking about who are refugees and what are the protections available to the refugees under the Refugee Convention of 1951. Basically, refugees are very popular in India. We have refugees from the neighboring, almost every neighboring country of India, that is whether it is Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, or Sri Lanka, Nepal. There are a lot refugees from Bangladesh and Nepal, also Bhutan. So yeah, let's begin. So who actually are refugees? Refugees are migrants in the broader sense of the term, that they continue to be a distinct category of people. That is, they are referred to those persons who leave their state countries in which they have permanent resident to in which they have their permanent residence to escape prosecution or a military action. That is, if you are stuck in something such as there is a military action against you, or there is a criminal proceeding against you, and you want to skip that and go far away from that, so you leave your country and go to another country. However, you may take refuge in another country if there are uncivilized situations in your country. For example, there are many uncivilized situations in Afghanistan, we can say, and also Bangladesh, where people find it hard to earn a living for their country. Therefore, they escape through the borders and come to India and take refuge in India. And India being a very big country, having large number of refugees there, so India is really a big hub for refugees. So we can say that the convention relating to the states of relating to the refugees is that the status of the Refugee Convention of 1951, which defines refugees under its Article 1 as any person who, owing to well-founded fear of being prosecuted for reasons of race, religion, nationality, membership of a particular social group, or a political opinion, is outside the country of his nationality and is unable, or owing to such fear is unwilling to avail himself of the protection of that country, or who, not having a nationality and being outside of that country because of his former habitual residence as a rescue of such events, is unable, or owing to such fear is unwilling to return to it, because we can, as I've simply discussed to you above, that there may be various reasons why a person leaves his country. That is financial issues, criminal background, or being a political person who leads to escape from the public who is after him or her for various reasons. So overall, there may be various conditions, but these are the popular ones. So what are the protections available to them? First is under the heading of movable and immovable property. The contracting states shall accord to a refugee treatment as favorable as possible, and in any event not less favorable than that which is according to their own citizen. So next is personal status of the refugee. The personal status of a refugee shall be governed by the law of that country of his domicile, or if he has no domicile, then that by the law of the country of his resident where he is residing. So what are the civil rights given to him? This convention states that the contracting states shall provide minimum rights to refugees such as right to work, right to education, social security, freedom of religion, and access to courts without discrimination on the basis of race, religion, country of origin. He can work according to his choice, and if he have to pursue his religion according to his religious belief, he can also do that, and also give him social security and have an access for him to pursue his education in whichever field he wants. So these were the civil rights which are provided to a refugee. So next is what kind of treatment should be given to refugees. Chapter 4 of this convention comprises from article 22 to 33, which lays down the provisions regarding the welfare of the refugees, which state that refugees are required to be treated by the state parties as their own nationals on many aspects. So almost there are many aspects where a refugee is treated as the person of that country itself. Only there are few occasions such as the political positions, where or the military jobs, or the government jobs, where the citizenship of that particular country is the minimum requirement which a person should have. Only in these cases a person is denied to take part in the selection process or to take part in such activities. So next is illegal entry of refugees. The contracting state shall not impose penalties on those refugees who have illegally entered into their territories without authorization from a territory where their life of freedom was threatened. There is no penalty aspect which should be imposed upon them if that person is a refugee in your country. Only on one condition, where their life and their freedom is threatened. So next here is expulsion of refugees. The convention under the article 32 provides that the contracting state shall not expel a refugee lawfully in their territory save on grounds of national security or public order. Only if there is a threat of national security or public order because of that refugee which has taken refuge in your country, you will not, a government of that state cannot expel that refugee on this basis, can expel the refugee on this basis. Otherwise you shall not expel the refugee on other grounds. So next is travel document. The convention under article 28 lays down that the contracting state shall issue to refugee lawfully staying in their territory travel documents for the purpose of travel outside their territory unless compelling reasons of national security or public order or otherwise required. This is similar to the above point. So next here is general obligations. The convention under article 2 lays down that every refugee has the duty to the country in which he finds refuge, which require in particular that he conforms to its laws and regulations as well as to measures taken for the maintenance of public order. Generally what should a refugee do? That he should oblige to the rules and regulations of that country and not create such conditions which may be harmful to public order, which disables the public order in that country. Next here is refoulement and prohibition of expulsion or return. That is, the convention under article 33 states that no contracting state shall expel or return a refugee in any manner whatsoever to the frontiers of territories where his life of freedom would be threatened on account of race, religion, caste, etc. You will not expel that refugee to that country where his life and freedom will be threatened. So the last is access to court. The convention under article 16 paragraph 1 says that a refugee shall have free access to the courts of law on the territory of all the contracting states. You cannot deny that refugee to have access to the codes. So this was the end of the video. I hope you like it. So if you have any question, do ask, and also give feedback, like, and also like and share to this video. Thank you.